Zero Cool here, back again with another video. I know I made one out earlier for like a spreadsheet for the Ace of Raids, but it was getting a little, just long. So something else just to look at that's easier to read, easier to put out. Everybody can take a look at it, download it, whatever. Don't matter. I'll put a link to this actual infographic in the video. But if you do like this, if you do like what I'm showing out here and stuff, just go ahead and like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And guess what? It's free. Just go ahead, the like button, follow button, well, the subscribe button. Following's on Twitch, but whatever. But we got the Ace of Raids coming up in a day or so, in a couple days. So we want to make sure that we're looking out for the best characters. And me, I'm a mid gamer. I don't have a huge, massive TCP like a lot of the gamers out there. I am in the middle at about 17 mil, and I have a wide roster, not a tall roster, so it's kind of for me. I wish I didn't spend as much as I did on earlier characters, but hey, we got 4 new traits that are coming for it, which are pretty simple: diamonds, spades, clubs, hearts, and then we got a couple of lanes that kind of do both. So looking back at all the characters that they got here, with diamond, I got 4 really older characters because they work well together. Gamora, Nebula, very good pair. Symbiote Spider-Man, Carnage, very good pair again. And I put Morbius there only because he's newer. I don't really have him built up enough, but he is a really good standalone character. Strife is probably better for this raid only because I have him beefed up more, but he doesn't do. He's not going to do well within the first 3 nodes, mainly because in the first 3 nodes we got some scourges on there, or modifiers, like they keep telling us. So the modifier on there, that's a big one there, is when a player character blocks, they also gain stun. Now Strife, it's deflect a lot, which essentially is block, so you don't want to try to use him within the first 3 lanes. That's why I put Morbius there. So taking in Morbius for the first 3 lanes. If he dies, big whip, whatever, you get the bigger Strife in there, boom. He'll give some taunt in there, he'll give some barrier to himself and try to ability block somebody, while Symbiote Spider-Man can preferably stun somebody, and Gamora could probably try to take him out. So once she gets the charges off, she gets empowered, and she becomes a beast. Even more than the beast she already is. For the Spade lanes, you're looking at MILF, Jubilee, Deathpool, OG Spider-Man, and Scarlet Spider, if so. There are some alternates for it, but you definitely want to just keep up with these 5. They can do some damage, especially MILF. You could try to take in maybe probably Sunfire if you get them, Gambit or Phantomix if you have them, but they're not that great, especially since those 2 are newer. Thanos and Call Obsidian are okay, but they're kind of better together. So if you don't got any of those characters there, you kind of want to take 1 or 2 of them in. The more powerful the character, the easier the raid's gonna be. The bigger one here with the next one, Clubs, is Surfer. Surfer is still a damn good character, and I did just show in the previous video that, hey, he can actually do some damage in arena to Agatha. He can kill him. So look back at my channel to find that out, how you can take out Agatha there. But we got Surfer, Spider-Punk, Taskmaster, Cha-Cha, and Magneto. Now Magneto might seem a little because of his ultimate and stuff, and he is rather slow, but I do have him built up, and he's been around for a minute, so I do want to go ahead and utilize him just for that blind to go ahead and knock somebody out. If he dies, great, but we'll go ahead and Surfer and Taskmaster might be able to pick up the slack, and Cha-Cha will be able to steal some energy from somebody. So that would be a definite good thing. Other characters you could use for them, I mean, really, you could bring Yondu, but he does go into stealth. So Shatterstar is good, but Shatterstar is good with Longshot. But if you got him beefed up, go ahead. Loki can do some better, but he does throw some enemies. He does throw the stealth on everybody, so that could hinder some of the issues inside the game, because with some of the scourges that they got listed, some of them on there, it's kind of but it is what it is. When you look at it, it's when a player character gains stealth, they also gain taunt. So even though that they go into stealth, they're getting taunted, so they're gonna get hit. So the taunt overrides the stealth, so you definitely want to make sure you look out for those. If you don't got any of these 5 built up, then go for Loki. The next we're looking at over there is Hearts, and Hearts goes all the way up. So basically, Emma, Ghost Spider, Ghost, Colleen, and Misty. Now, Ghost Spider has been a little bit, it takes a bit to get some shards for because she's in the raid milestones. But if you do got her, she is an excellent character. She can do a lot of damage around there, and she could hold them off. I was going to say probably if you don't have Ghost Spider, go with Sharon. Sharon's pretty good. She gets the stun, so that's pretty good. She does got a decent health pool, but not as great. Dagger's good too, but Dagger works best with cloaks. So, but you got Colleen, Wing, and Misty together. Those two can pack a punch, and you do have Nico and Spider-Woman on here, but if you don't have them beefed up, they're not really going to pose too big of a threat. So I would say go with some of the older characters that you already have and go from there. The next 2 big ones here is that 2 of the lanes, a couple of the nodes actually mix up a couple of them. So you can use 2 sets of characters for both. So we got one that's got for clubs and hearts. Clubs and hearts, there you go. Emma, Ghost Spider, Surfer, Spider Punk, and Cha-Cha. So you do got some synergy between Ghost Spider and Spider Punk, and then you got the cosmic side there with Surfer and Cha-Cha. And Emma, she's going to reduce speed, and she's a beast anyway, so that works out great. And then for Diamond and Spades, we got MILF, Deathpool, Jubilee, and I put Gamora and Nebula on here. Mainly because Gamora and Nebula do a significant amount of damage. They do get some counters there. Jubilee can stun, and Deathpool could just start wiping people out once somebody dies. So that way she gets in an extra hit or 2, and MILF will go ahead and reset the whole board. So you got to make sure that you look at the modifiers for each node. That's what's the bigger thing here. The modifiers play a big role. The bosses that drop, they did switch them up, which is interesting point to say the least. But they do got them listed as M1, M2, and M3. Give either drop Brotherhood, Wakanda, or Defender Heroes for Hire. That's a good mix there. And then for M4, we got Mutant, Inhuman, Fantastic Four, Mercenary, Spider-Verse. And then for these 4 nodes, it's Pimtech, Black Order, and Thanos, Avenger, Infinity Watch, and Skeletor, Marauder. So that's a lot that's going to drop. Then you got some boss nodes here that have Brotherhood with Magneto as the boss, Wakanda as Black Panther as the boss, and Defender Heroes for Hire. We got Colleen and Misty Knight as the boss. Over here, you got Dark Phoenix for Mutant. You got Silver Surfer for Inhuman, Fantastic Four. Now he's pretty damn fast, so make sure you watch out for him. Mercenary, Spider-Verse. The bosses is Web Warriors. That's just weird. And then MB3, you got Pimtech, Black Order, and Thanos. So you got Black Order and Thanos as the boss. Infinity Watch here. This one is really going to pack a punch. So you want to make sure that you are paying attention and you do bring in the right characters that can take a hit. And then Skill Military Marauder, you got Ember Frost, Madafire, Mr. Sinister. So they're going to have some really, really beefy stats. And then for the final boss that's in this last node here, which is essentially right here in the F1, Gambit. And I'm pretty sure he's going to be maxed out to the nines. They're going to make sure he is a nuts. So you want to make sure you're taking in the right characters. You get some good healing up there. If you have to, throw in maybe, a scrap team in there just to go ahead and knock, take some of their ultimates and then bring in the big boys. But it's going to be an interesting game mode, so we'll take it from there. So, bigger thing is you want to make sure, don't forget about the modifiers. Make sure about the modifiers. The modifiers is the big thing. But hopefully everything goes good. We'll see how that starts off on the first Gambit Ace of Raids event. So, until next video, deuces.